Hello there, YouTube. This is Sibbles and Bits back at it again with another Inkbound daily. Today's the solo daily for December 2nd, and today we will be playing Magma Miner, going from Silent Promenade to Garden's Edge, and then up against Cinder. Magma Miner versus those fights isn't particularly bad. They definitely got oofed a bit with the augment changes and the fact that their heat no longer applies to burn damage, which was a relatively good means of solving bosses, was just making sure that you had enough burn on them. Well, that doesn't really work anymore, but at least as a consolation, heat is now viable to the end game since it's in the attack binding bin. Again, so long as you're not trying to burn. We have spicy foes in play, which is quite notable, especially due to the fact that we no longer have the per enemy hit on leap, which was originally like incredibly powerful because you could take a green og to reduce it to one cooldown, and then you could take another green og to get shielding on hit, or maybe it was a blue, and then you literally didn't care about spicy foes or even like in the game cinder cultists, and you could just gain so much shielding off of that and heat that you like the skill literally carried you. And now, since that's kind of no longer available, the class suffers in areas where it used to be good. We have skills of infinite potential, so we're going to get some free magic damage. At least that might scale our burn if we end up going that route. Another thing that kind of hit Magma Miner is that they used to be able to force a burn build, like without using trinkets or anything like that. You would be able to very reliably get a burn build, but now, I forgot to mention that Taste the Rainbow is in effect, so stuff is going to ignore the usual rarity. Disassembly isn't bad. None of this touches our heat, and it's literally just like free damage. The only thing that we would hate is if it hit magic power, but I think that we can move around a 20% chance. Otherwise, if it hits like physical power or omni damage, or even critical chance, we might really be cruising. Otherwise, Marbled Cuffs is a good, reliable thing that we could grab. It gives us 2 shielding, which is pretty good versus spicy foes. I honestly still might take that. Like, not joking. We got some shielding here. An extra orb would come in handy, but yeah, I think we have a line here. Spicy foes, shielding leap. Yeah, dare I say, and I used to mention this, and then like mostly did the opposite because of the options. I think that this is going to cause you to have enough damage to like beat bosses and win the game. Again, assuming that you don't hit magic power. However, I think that this is going to protect our score more. And that might just be an early game thing, right? And then as soon as we get our build online, we're going to be like, oh, okay, like why the frick do we have Marbled Cuffs when we could have had Disassembly Prototype? But this allows us to stomp the yard a bit and not worry about the repercussions. I'm really trying to find that magic pixel here. I'm told that it exists. This will cause us to take damage. Let's take our orb. Do we honestly just smash you? We're still going to end up taking damage. Maybe we leave the weak guys. It's smash you. And then we're pretty much going to have to use this potion. I still think we're going to end up taking damage despite it all. And we're going to lose a couple more turns, apparently. Well, we're taking this damage. Like, saving 1 damage just to maybe not take damage the next turn doesn't really make sense. And depending on what we RNG rolled, like, if it doubled our physical damage, that easily would have prevented a lot of this, because a lot of the enemies honestly would have just been dead. So it's still possible that disassembly prototype was better, considering that we took damage and 2 extra turns. Kind of liking unstable circuitry, not gonna lie. And I like conduit. Of the stuff here, I think shield wall is probably the best. Since this can give us any augment, I highly value this. You're probably going to see me beeline towards a lot of augs this round. Especially on minor, I think that augs are like pretty good. Are we really going to miss you by that much? How about now? Do I even need to do that? Guess I really don't. So why do it? Probably should have smashed after that orb. I think we're going to be okay. Maybe. Okay. Think it's starting to come together. I'm collecting an orb, gain another shield that does go into our Unic. Or not our Unic, our unstable circuitry. Despite the fact, because I believe that's a different mod than understimulated. But I think that we can do a little bit better than that. Unic charge isn't bad. Gives us some omni damage throughout the entire fight, which then again multiplies with our heat. Gives us Orb Lord, helps with our movement a little bit. It's possible that we actually end up getting like Orb Lord 7 here. Do we have anything that we're willing to grind? There is a grinder. Maybe we don't hit the grinder. These don't impress me much. Cleave is decent. Cost 2 though, I'd prefer it didn't. Poison Vapor does something, I guess. I'd rather reroll this, to be honest. Invig or Jinx. Both of those are very good. I think we're going to take Jinx. Blink was also notable because of the fact that it can produce orbs, but kind of hoping that that's not necessary. Do we want to grind anything here? I don't think so. I think everything is currently working towards a cause, and I think we want to go to this hovel here. I'm sorry? Yes, I'll take an additional will, thank you. And now we've got Inventor 2, which doesn't really do much of anything. Once we get Inventor 3, that starts doing something. Because then we have a target where we can just smash and deal tons of splash damage. Give me some money. We might buy something at the shop. We really need to figure out how to reduce your cooldown. Because we certainly like casting you. I'm about this. I just wish that there was a way that I didn't have to hit you twice. Because your hitbox is so freaking tiny. Well, it's gonna have to happen, I guess. And I don't have to fret really about dealing damage to you, although... Leaping Strike doesn't have a 1 cooldown, it's not necessarily free. We do get to smite you though. And then we get to get out. I was hoping you'd be a little bit nicer. Really that close, huh? If we can get an Ankly map, we're really kicking. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. Okay. I can deal. To be honest, we really don't want to grind anything, but we got the money. Grinding something that gives us Will Collector, Orb Lord, Inventor. These are the kind of things that we're currently looking for. There's Will Collector right there. Gives us some Fabled as well. Honestly, I would much rather carry the lion's share. Sparking Battery Coil is... Do we absolutely carry that? Maybe we grind this Marbled Cuff. It technically is a net gain. and then we buy the sparking and potentially go infinite. We just gotta figure out how we're gonna deal with the whole reflect damage portion. I'm trying to think about how we're gonna do that. Because that's going to help considerably. We trigger at 8 stacks. We kill things, we get more mana. We collect orbs, we get more mana. It's a route. And now we're pretty much up to RNG on it. I could see us grinding this Unic charge if it really came down to it, because we don't really make a lot of orbs right now. I only saw battery coil go off once. I'm a little offended. We're not taking any damage here, so I don't really care to move. If we had a status on hit, that'd be pretty slick right now. Also trying to determine like when to hit you with these larger skills. That's always worth it. Thank you for the sparking. Go ahead, hit that. Conduit. Hit you with this. Okay. Save that for next turn. It's good stuff. I could have played that better. But still probably the best that we're doing. Every time I hit you, we're going to lose Omni damage for our spikes. We're net positive. Okay, you're done. Let's go. We have a build. I think that extracting smash is kind of more important though. Mine's pretty good. Get a chance for more quillings in the orb. However, I honestly think that Thwack is better for us here. Gets us up to that higher multiplier sooner. We pick up our orb, then we smash. We might end up with a Sybil, who knows? Yeah, like our first, what was it? Our first combat was like super scuffed, but other than that, it's looking pretty good, honestly. The only thing that I think I'd be willing to get rid of Lion's Share for is something else that gives us shield on turn. Which, since we don't crit, there's really not a lot of. We're definitely not getting Conduit of Hybridized. I could see getting rid of Unstable Circuitry. It's so good at clearing trash, though. It's rough. And if we're going to do Unic, it's going to be to grind it. Otherwise, us going out of our way to grind Unstable Circuitry doesn't make any sense. We can't get more Bastion, and we can't... Well, like, if we get more Storm King, what's it going to do? Our build is kind of packed. There's not really a lot of room there. Maybe we take a Glyph Globe here, to be honest. Allow us to reroll Ascensions. Wouldn't be a bad idea. That's 2 Ascension rerolls. Otherwise, again, this Heroic Vault doesn't really matter. Because every vault is a vault at this point. Unstable... What? Let's make sure I'm not in there. Oh, I know how to solve this. Goodbye. And there's another orb. Honestly? No. I refuse. Oh, man. You are about to get clocked. Probably shouldn't actually hit you, though. So we should do something a little bit closer to this. There we go. Oh, you guys are so done, you just don't even know it yet. Not sure I'm about Critical Smash. We have no prime crit charges. We have no extra crit chance. That's... Like, let me put this into perspective. I was doing the math the other day for other reasons. You guys don't gotta worry about it. If you have full precision set, taking a purple critical AUG is enhancing your character by like... I believe at that point it was somewhere around... It was a little bit less than 50%. Green AUGs enhance your skills by 50%. So it is a... At an aggregate, it'll work as much as a green AUG if you have a full precision set. What? I mean, otherwise you could obviously prime the crit, but that also requires, like, investment to guarantee that you actually hit it on the thing that you want to hit. Not against Impenetrable Wall. I just need cooldown reduction, man. Like, I need to use this multiple times in a turn. And I honestly think that every time we use it, it's good enough. Let's re-roll this. There's -1 base cooldown. I'm about that. I like that even more than discounted Jinx. Like, this is huge to our strategy. Let's go ahead and let's grind that Unic. Even though we're starting to produce orbs and now it's looking pretty good. I guess we could go to the garden and get some money. I still don't think that that's better than freeing up the space. I don't know, there's probably a Sybil in there. Keep giving me those augments. Oh, come on, man. This is a spicy take. Because if we take triple damage, then we take double damage from the spicy foes, which isn't hurting us at all here, by the way. But, what is it? 1, 2, leap. Orb. You've got the juice? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely worth it to, reduce that cooldown. It was huge for us. Now if we can just reduce the cooldown of Smash and get it down to 3. Whew. We are kicking ass. Okay. I kind of like Comet. We've also been buffing the damage accidentally. The 4 stacks of burn is kind of like not important though. Like it does something. So maybe it's actually just excavate. Excavate increases the cooldown. That's really the only reason why I'm trying to avoid it. This isn't worth a reroll though. Like Comet's fine. The heck? We can't afford to reroll anything. -1 will cost? Are you fricking me right now? Okay. Like, I would rather have the cooldown reduction, but I'll also just use it for free. Like, okay, it has a 20% chance to just give us will for free? Okay. Okay, what can we get here that's actually going to do something? Like, I guess Tempest Wrath isn't bad. We're going to get Storm King. It gains damage. It's magic damage, so it's going to get buffed by that. We can carry this. We don't have to really grind anything. We don't have anything that we're willing to grind. Maybe we just go to this Binding Empowerment. Because again, any augment right now is very big for us. AoE. More spikes. Yeah. AoE does kind of feel like a waste. Do we reroll this though? Like, it's not that bad. Discounted Jinx, we're only going to use once, maybe twice in a fight. So while I do appreciate it, without it being ascended into something like either Dread Harvest or is it Grim Vortex? The one that gains double the amount? I don't really think that we need to worry about reducing the will cost, especially in the setup here. Otherwise, just getting them more spiked so that when we hit things, we reflect on them better. It's kind of good. I think I would almost want to prepare it at this point. But that's not bad. Like, we're basically doubling the skill. I'm gonna reroll. It somehow got worse. Dreadful Jinx isn't bad. I would also be willing to pick up Restorative Wall, but I almost clicked that, man. That would have been terrible. Yeah, honestly, just give me more Augs. I'm about them. We're gonna see if we can't fill up our Augment. That's quadruple damage if we need it. I think I appreciate this more. I didn't realize that orb was disappearing. No. Further Wider is pretty good with, well, it's not really good here, actually. Garden's Edge, Cinder, we kind of want single target. We'll re-roll here. That's pretty good. I'm willing to take that. Although we don't really hit things, usually it's better for us not to hit things because of Inkly Map. We really don't have to grind Tempest Wrath. Good. Just keep giving us these things. Inflicts 2 stacks of burn. No, I don't think I will. Gain 3 stacks after using Jinx. A little crazy with it. What else would we want on Jinx? I don't know. Had some free crit. Looking here for you guys, there's a Refractory, which actually isn't bad. We were offered quite a bit of Storm King. We could have ground this guy, and then that would have put us at Storm King 4. Picking that up would not only give us like more Inventor, but also You'd have plus 60 smite damage. We're gaining like a ton of free magic power. And then you just get free smites on hit. That's quite a lot of damage. We produce a lot of heat, so magma metal wouldn't be bad, but we didn't really get much of anything to buff burn on our path. A little rude, ain't you? Let's go ahead, hit those. Bro, you've got like a lot of damage. Or a lot of health, I should say. Is it worth it to try and fish on you? I'm willing to do one more. Considerable. I don't care about taking damage. We really should use that though. I thought that would be good enough. There we go. We're probably going to end up taking an extra turn here unless we really get this this jinx to pop off. Kind of spooky. Spawning another orb would be huge. I'm fishing for it. Thank you. Especially you, battery coil. That saved us. Whew. I think it is way too late for Grim Harvest. Although, is it really? It's really not, because we took those two Augs. I guess if you're going to give me these options, we might as well take Critical Smash. And we have barely enough money. Can't spend anything. It's fine, we're used to being miserly anyways. We've really been low rolling. I mean, we did spend all of our money at the... What was it? The Book 1 shop before the boss. But even then, like... It's a little insane. give me this, and I honestly want to farm a little bit of juice out of you guys, if you don't mind. You're also going to be around for a little while. And now we can just about kill everything. Sounds good. And then I honestly just think that we sit here. We can leave these guys out for a turn. There's going to be a orb. 2 orbs, actually. You have the shot. That's honestly kind of annoying. Pay no attention to our will count. We're just collectors. We kind of want to gain some heat here, which is probably actually just going to demolish you guys. But, yeah. Alright. Primacentium, pretty big. It's a way for us to gain more shielding because we're going to be taking reflect damage. And it might mean that during the second Cinder Cultist, we don't have to care about the Cinder Cultist. This has some stuff. I don't know, man. And I guess if we're going to be fishing using Thwag, having the burn actually isn't bad here. Otherwise, as far as overhead size smashed is concerned, there are some instances where it allows us to like hit. Well, you will usually be able to hit the Tangled Quill and Cinder because Cinder has a honkin' huge hitbox. But I still really don't see it. Like, I would just rather use Jinx in that situation. We may not have it available, but I guess that's something that we're going to have to deal with. I think Smoldering Bonk is just fine. It allows us to push the final turn by just bonking it, like, bonking Cinder, like, I don't know, 60 times or however it would end up being. And if we, for whatever reason, don't spawn an orb to allow us to do a payout, then, well, we have a ton of stuff. So yeah, we're going to pick up Primacentium. So we want to find something to grind here. Nothing here is really going to give us anything, so it's not really like we can look for that. We kind of got mipped. So you know what I say? We skip it to send the message. We're one off by being able to buy a metronome just to get Storm King 3. No! That would have been pretty cute, not gonna lie. we're fine. Kinda actually just want you guys to hit me. I'm not scared of the Cinderpox. Famous last words. Add another shock. Yes. Thank you. Oh, baby. One, two. Dare I ask? We get you with the shock. Get wrecked. Alright. I think that was pretty convincing. Do you have any idea how little I care? Get owned. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't bad at all. It was literally like, what, the first fight took all of our points away? We might have missed a turn on a later fight, but I don't think we ever lost health after that first fight. Besides against bosses that don't matter. So, yeah, that was pretty slick, I would say. And we didn't take the first legendary that we saw because it was a legendary. So, I don't know. I'd be interested to see how that worked out for people who, like, they did give us a barrier potion. So, you easily could have taken the barrier potion and then probably blitzed the first. If you couldn't have blitzed the first turn, you could probably have done the second turn, whereas we lost 2 turns, and that's honestly where like a majority of our point loss came from. Otherwise, we lost 3 health, which ended up being 60 points, which is why we have like a little weird ass number there. Yeah, it was pretty fun, honestly. Like, then again, like Spicy Foes is always interesting, and whenever you get Jinx or Dread Harvest, it's great stuff. But yeah, I don't know how many people ended up with something this monstrous. Anyways, if you have any feedback whatsoever, be it questions, comments, concerns, misplay alerts, be sure to put that down in the comments below. Frickin' Spyro up here actually getting a perfect score, showing how easy this shit is. God damn it. Anyways, like I said, I feel pretty good about our score. And you guys have a great day.